Good morning. I did say I was going to try to get on here earlier, right? Excuse me. Yesterday I did say that. Um, and yet here I am at the same time. I was tired last night. Um, Normally I don't like to put my glasses on because I don't like how this pair of glasses looks. But not that y'all, this is not your business, but I fell asleep last night. I was uploading a video to the Sensual Energy Coven and I recorded it to upload last night and I fell asleep. So I have to finish uploading it this morning. So I'm going to have to do that while I'm starting to talk to you guys. Good morning. Welcome. My water app is reminding me that I need water. All right, this thing is still uploading. Good morning. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It is hump day. Hump day Wednesday. Okay, these glasses don't look so bad today. It's probably because a little jewelry helps. Before I got on here, I kind of had make sure it feels crooked. I kind of had some idea of what I wanted to say, and it sort of flew out of my brain as I was sitting here. The season of the crone, letting go of self. So every once in a while, and so a couple of things about the season of the crone. In many mythologies, good morning, there are three phases of womanhood. There's the maiden, where you don't know shit. You're a child, you're a teenager, you're all in your blossoming, budgeting sexuality, out there in the world, just reckless with your shit. There's the stage of the mother, in which you learn to care for others, care for yourself, be responsible, whether you have children or not. So then there's the phase of the mother, and then there's the phase of the crone, which is death, represents rebirth, renewal, and not an ending, but a new beginning, a shedding of the self, a shedding of things that no longer serve you and belong to you. So the winter is generally the season of the crone. Fall going into January, February-ish is it from, especially from like October to February is very much the season of the crone. The season of the harvest, September, that's and that's the mother. And the spring is obviously not obviously, but it's the season of the maiden. So from like Halloween until February 2nd-ish is the season of the crone, and it symbolizes us going within, going into the depths of ourselves. Just cold. It is winter. It is dark most of the time. It's a season of shedding. It's a season of letting go of things. And we all go through these seasons, whether we acknowledge them, realize them, pay attention to them or not. We all go through these seasons. And then there's also the chronological life season of a woman, right? Maiden, mother energy, and then crone. So I'm checking on this video at the same time. My apologies. So I am, oh God, it's taking forever. So I am headed into the season of the crone, chronologically, as well as this winter season, right? So you all are headed into the season of the crone anyway. I am heading there chronologically. And what I'm finding is that my body is really speaking to me. Every season our body speaks to us. It lets us know what we need to have, whether it's food, drink, sex. Our bodies are always telling us, especially women, because we are very intuitive and we are connected in many ways, more so than men, because We house creation. And so we flow with seasons, whereas men are much more like rigid and masculine. And I know I'm being very gender specific. It can be energy as well. I don't feel like I have to do this every single time. um, take what works for you. um, and so the energy flows through us differently, and we flow through seasons differently, and we flow through time differently than men do. So our bodies are always letting us know what it is that we need and when. And sometimes we don't want to listen to our bodies, which is what happened to me last night. Um, my body loves this. My body loves my celery juice. My body loves the antioxidants that I drink. My body loves the probiotic that I take. This has become something that is part of my morning. My body asks for it. My body does not like caffeine. It does not. There is, and I used to be somebody that could drink a soda, drink a coffee, and I was pretty okay. I knew that I had a tolerance, right? And we all have tolerances for things. But I don't know that it's as I've gotten older, I don't think that that's necessarily it. But as my energy has changed, so has the food and the things that my body need. And I do actually want to touch on that, because I don't think that that's something that we pay enough attention to. When you are doing your growth, your healing work, all of that stuff, it changes your energy. It changes the vibrations of the cells in your body. It shifts you. And if you try and eat the same, yay, the video finally uploaded. Oh my God. So I need to put this in the comment. If you try and eat the same, if you try and drink the same, you will find your body rejecting things, and you won't understand why. So I enjoy my wine. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I enjoy my wine. I can drink a glass, maybe two. If it's a really good wine, I could probably squeeze 3 in. And I used to be able to drink. I mean, I do tequila shots, all that good stuff. My body won't tolerate it anymore. My body doesn't tolerate caffeine. The amount of energy that I have that runs through me now of what it needs to do and what it's being called to do is already running so high and so hot that if I drink a cup of coffee, and I can't, like sodas, if I drink that, my body will be jittery. My heart will be palpitating. I'll be sweating. I mean, it's a thing. And so I want you to examine how as you're doing your work, how is your body shifting? What is it calling for you to do? And so how does this tie into the season of the Crone and letting go of self? Because we often attach our identities to our food, right? Especially because Thanksgiving is coming. I didn't even realize that I'm doing this message as Thanksgiving is coming. And so maybe you want to share this. I don't normally ask y'all to share my stuff. Like, I figure if you feel it, you'll share it, but share it. We wrap our identity around our food, around what we ate, grew up eating, our comfort foods, all of those types of things. And if we're going through a transition, our body might say, I need to come on and drink this. I'm talking to y'all. Our bodies might say, I can't have that food anymore. Like, I'm doing a thing here. You're cleaning me out. I'm going through some shit here. I can't eat that food anymore. And what do? we go on ahead and eat it anyway because it tastes good, because we remember it, because it gives us good memories, because nah, it must be just a phase, and end up feeling sick, nauseous, lethargic. We just put an energy damper on our body, because remember, we are a frequency. We are light and sound. We are a frequency of energy. And so depending on what we feed us, that will shift our energy. Not just like energy, I'm talking about your vibrational frequency. And so I'm realizing this now. I'm actually seeing this on the energetic level, that there are certain things my body cannot tolerate. There's a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. I hadn't read it, but I looked up some of the stuff online, and from my particular blood type, it was giving some suggestions for what I could eat. And I'm not I was not a huge meat eater. Uh, for a while I was vegan. My body didn't like it. I don't look, I don't care what anybody says who follows any one particular diet. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. My body didn't like it. Um, I was tired. And it wasn't like I did it for 30 days. It was almost a good year. I was tired. Um, yeah, my body didn't like it. My body needs meat. It can't eat any meat. Right. And that's the crazy thing. I mean, when I was younger, I ate some McDonald's. I ate McDonald's because when I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to. And so when I got older, you better believe I was like at McDonald's, like, yes. I can't eat that meat. I'd probably have McDonald's twice a year, if that. I can't eat that meat. Right. So it's not any meat. My body is like very specific about the meat it needs to have. And it doesn't like poultry. I cannot do much turkey or chicken. And I was ground turkeying it up for my family for the longest time. I cannot do. And I'm giving these examples because I want you to go and examine the food that you're eating, and really look and see. Because again, we think, oh, I've been eating this all the time, and then we start noticing this change, and it's like, but it can't be that, because I've been eating that forever. But if you're doing this healing work, like you say you're doing, and you're shifting, it does mean that the food you eat are going to shift. Some of you are going to be called to be vegan. Some of y'all don't need to eat meat. And you need to figure out a way to do that. And you know it because you feel it in your body, like you feel it in your body. That this is what you need to do. And you don't want to, so let's tie this into the season of the Crone. You don't want to let go of yourself. But the thing is, sorry, the coven, I really need to do this. So I'm multitasking right now. The thing is that you will not, remember, if you've been following this conversation, I was talking about how you'll be at this level and you need to get to the next, you need to jump. Part of that jump, not part of that jump, all of that jump is you letting go of self. And you letting go of self might mean changing how you eat. And some of us don't want to, like, who wants to, like, Thanksgiving is around the corner. I didn't grow up eating pork, so I don't have to give that up. But there are some people who I know that must be rough if, every year you had grandma's ham and your body's like, I don't want to eat that. And your ego is like, it's grandma's fucking ham. You better eat it. And your body and your spirit are like, and so now you have to have that fight within yourself. But also when you get there and grandma's like, you want my ham? And you're like, I can't eat that anymore. Grandma, I'm sorry. Now that's not easy for everybody. It's not easy for everybody to do that. There's pressure, right? There's pressure. But your spiritual journey is about your ascension and growth, or descent as well, right? And growth. And so there are changes that you're going to have to make that are going to make other people feel uncomfortable. You are going to have to let go of aspects of who you thought you were, aspects of the self. This season of the Crone is a perfect time for that. It's very interesting how this Western society fills this season with the very opposite of what's supposed to happen, by the way. This is the season of throwing out, and they fill it with the season of consumerism. Go buy all the food. Bring it. Go buy all the gifts. Bring it. It is the very opposite. The energy that is pushed on us is the very opposite of the natural energy of this season. Stress. I got to get the list going. I got to get the list going. All ego. What do people want to get? What do they want to have? I got to make sure I get the right gift. All ego. I got to prepare this Thanksgiving dinner. I got to get the rolls done. I got to get the pies done. I got to clean the house. I got to decorate it. All ego. When this is supposed to be the season where we're supposed to be quiet and listen so that we can prepare ourselves for the spring, for what needs to be birthed. But by the time the season of the Crone is gone, we're exhausted. We're exhausted. And then you culminate it with Happy New Year, the Gregorian calendar, right? Because really the New Year could have been, who decided it's supposed to be January 1st? The New Year technically could have been, and for some people it's in the fall. For some people it's in the spring. But some numbnut decided that the start of the year should be dead smack in the middle of the winter. Interesting. So in this season, when you're supposed to be shedding layers, you're just piling shit on and in your gut. And I just want you to be aware of all of this and aware of these patterns, because this season is about shedding and letting go, so that whatever your frequency is can come through clear, so that you can create this fucking orgasmic life that you came here to experience. It's hard to do when you stuffed with stuff that your body and spirit have told you are not supposed to have. Now, I'm not up here talking, saying don't eat macaroni and cheese. I mean, look, you do what you want to do. And I don't know that you should or shouldn't eat macaroni and cheese. I'm suggesting that you pay attention to your body. It will tell you what you need. It will tell you what it needs. I recently joined the gym. I haven't been in a gym in years, and my body feels it. It's not aging, it's sedentary. I've been sedentary for 4 years. I was somebody who always worked out, always in the gym. It's probably the only reason I'm still as the size I am. But my body has been telling me, you have to move. You have to move. It is uncomfortable. We don't like this feeling. So I joined the gym. Joined with my sons too, because they wanted to learn how to work out. And I figure, I know how to do those things, so I might as well go ahead and teach them. So we're starting to do that. I had to listen to my body. And joining with them means that I have to go, because we got to walk to the gym. If it was just me by myself, I know I might have come up with excuses. But since they're looking at me now, like, are we going to the gym? I got to be like, yes, we're going, right? What does your body need? What is your healing journey asking of you? What foods does it want? My body likes meat, eggs, cheese. For some reason, cheese is fine. Milk is not, but I've heard that because of the way cheese is processed, it actually it doesn't have the same amount of lactose as milk. People who are born into melanated bodies, however that mechanism works, us and cows don't really get along well. We don't. Some of y'all are out here guzzling some milk and you're in a melanated body and you're wondering why your shit is not literally doing what it needs to be doing for you. So I can do meat, I can do some forms of dairy, I can do eggs, I can do fruit. My body loves fruit more than vegetables. Like I can eat, I'll eat vegetables. I usually do the chocolate greens. It loves leafy greens, but it's always wanting fruits and berries and lots of berries. My body is wanting right now, right? It doesn't so much want a whole lot of vegetables, which is interesting. Ask yourself what, when you look at the foods that when your body's like, I want this. And I'm not talking about, your bored craving. Like I've discussed this before with like the bag of potato chips. I'm not talking about your bored craving. Because if you're craving potato chips, your body probably needs potassium or sodium, one of the two, which you actually need both to work in harmony for your heart to work properly. Um, but what is your body asking you to do? What has your body been asking you to give up? What do you need to let go of? Some of you need to not drink. The idea. I love my wine. And well, so here's the thing. What I realized is that my body doesn't like hard liquor anymore. It's rare that I can drink any like hard liquor. And if I do, it has to be mixed in something else. And then I sip that shit for like an hour. Whereas before I used to like chug it. My body likes wine. It does. It likes the fermented grapes, but it can't be cheap shit. Like I can't just go get a bottle of $12 wine. And I'm like, the universe needs to be, increasing the income with the standards that my body is desiring, right? Because if I need to start buying $30 and $40 bottles of wine, that's cool. But we need to shift some things so that that's not an issue, right? But that's what my body's asking for. And I know this because I bought different types of wine, and I know the wine that's like my body afterwards, my body's like, ugh. And it could be just that nuanced, but that can also be a sign that your body's ready to shift to something else too. So if you think, for instance, this feels good, this feels good. If you think, for instance, that you're poor and you don't have no money and you're eating fast food and your body's like, I don't like that. And you've been doing this healing work and stuff and, buying your candles and, whatever it is, the stuff that people are doing, your yoni steams and all that. And so your body's like, I don't want that. And part of you is like, I don't think I can afford to eat any different. But your body's like, we gonna have to, because I don't want that. And so then you start buying, grass-fed meat. You could get a whole McDonald's meal for a pound of grass-fed beef, by the way, right? So I get it. But the grass-fed beef could last you longer. So your body's not asking you to purchase these things that may put you at a higher vibration. These are just examples that may put you at a higher vibration. And you need to take that leap and that jump. You need to start eating whatever the higher vibrational foods are for your body. And then trust that as you begin to do that and your frequency shifts, that money will shift too. I'm saying this for me as much as I am for y'all now. Like this is coming in from me and I'm like, holy shit. Like the way all of this is intertwined, I'm sitting here like, what? And so now I'm excited. I'm actually going to do food shopping today. I like to have my food ordered and brought to me, like brought to me. It's one of the things that I allow myself to give me time. I will pay the delivery fee and support someone else economically by having them bring my groceries to my house. But as I think about what I'm going to purchase, because sometimes when you're shopping, you're like, ooh, I don't know. But now today I'm like, no, it has to be that, and that. And as I eat what my body needs and in this higher vibration, the things will shift, my frequency changes, and what is going to come through me will support the shifts that I'm making in my nutrition, in my health. It's a flowing circle. It's a flowing circle. It's not a separation. It's a flowing circle. Man, I'm sitting here like listening to me like, ah. I'm like, yes, I'm excited to grocery shop today. And then I'm gonna thank my money for for providing, for being the tool that I use to get these things, because my money didn't provide it. I'm gonna thank my money for being the tool. And then I'm gonna thank me for using my tool properly. All right, so that's it for today. I'm gonna finish putting this message in the sensual energy coven. Lots of women have joined. I am excited. And for a minute I was a little frightened because I was like, oh, they're joining. it's like I'm gonna put this out there, and we'll see. We'll see. And in the, like some of the women who were in there, women who were in my programs, and so the coven was part of it. And then it's like, oh, but now women are joining for for Yoni devotion. And I was like, oh wow, okay. So for a minute it was like, oh my God, here they are. Right? You got to be prepared for what you ask for. So I'm gonna put this message in there. All right, enjoy your hump day. Go eat according to what your spirit is needing. Look at the patterns of your food and how your body feels and how your mentality feels. Let go of what is no longer serving you. We weren't even talking about emotional stuff. This is just food. I'm gonna put that in the title. Let go of food that is no longer serving you, so that your frequency can be clear, so you can create your orgasmic life. All right. I will see you all back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.